Welcome, black people, to the PM Hour. We're right back with another one for y'all. And you know how we do. We're just going to give you it straight up. So we're going to get right into it. My name is Patrick.
I'm Terry.
Oh, yeah. It's your boy, Garrett. It's all about the melanin, y'all.
That's what we're talking about. So, we bringing another one to you. And it's something that, we try to highlight. We keep it about diaspora and everything our people going through. And right now, a big topic that's on just about everybody's mouth is Bitcoins. We're not going to go into the cryptocurrency or try to explain anything to you about what it is and stuff, but we want to highlight something to you. A brother that's being vilified, and what I'm saying, he's on the run and everything over something he did because he is one of the early guys in the game. A black man in the early part of the game. Usually you don't see that. But the brother we're talking about,
damn shame, right?
Is Arthur Hayes. Arthur Hayes, an American from somewhere in Detroit. And what he was a co-founder of BitMEX. BitMEX was around in the early part, and what it basically did, it was a cryptocurrency exchange. And on the platform, trillions were traded back and forth. Not to get into a whole technical thing, we know about that because we want to talk about him and everything that's going on with him. You see, Arthur Hayes was a bit of a genius, considered a bit of a genius, as far as one of the early pioneers of this whole thing. But he's being come after by the system because...
Well, hold on. You said an exchange real quick. Let me just make sure you say it. An exchange, you mean are you talking about like a stock exchange? What do you mean like exchange?
It's exactly like a stock exchange, but for cryptocurrencies.
Okay, so you're talking about a stock exchange for a crypto, like Bitcoin. We're talking about Bitcoin.
But for Bitcoin. Hold on. Okay. Well, I'm saying, because you guys say, but for Bitcoin. No. Bitcoin is one cryptocurrency. There's a different cryptocurrency. There's Ethereum, there's Litecoins. There's everybody's talking about Dogecoins right now. Dogecoins is a thing.
Okay, but the thing he created, you can exchange those things on the thing he created, right?
Yes.
So like how you're saying, like a bank.
So it's like a platform.
Like a brokerage account. Yeah. A brokerage account. Just like TD Ameritrade and E-Trade and stuff like that. You could transfer all these stuff. Like on TD Ameritrade, I could transfer Disney stock with Walmart and Amazon stock and all that stuff like that. Okay. But Arthur Hayes was one of the early ones that started one of the first cryptocurrency exchange. Yeah. And so prosecutors allege that Hayes and his business partners violated a bank secrecy act by failing to implement and maintain an adequate anti-money laundering program to weed out bad actors and dirty money. Hayes' colleagues in the cryptocurrency world believe he's being wrongfully punished for building an ingenious product that has baffled lawmakers. Adding to the voices, though, are some high-powered legal experts who consider the case against him to be largely unprecedented. I mean, it was like, just wrong. Like, why are they going after him? Because what's happening now is just about everybody's doing it. Just because he was the first. And this is why I brought it up, because he's another black man that did something that these white Asians and everybody else didn't do. He was ingenious, but now I guarantee, in my opinion, if it was one of those other races that did it first, he would have been raved as all kind of geniuses for doing this thing first, and look at what you did.
Oh, for sure.
But no, they did not want to know that this black man did this first. So he's on the hideout.
It's just a platform, right?
It's just a platform.
They're going after him for what? It's just a platform.
Yeah.
Because, like I was asking earlier, it's like Facebook, right? And Twitter. So it's like how Facebook have a platform, but if you want to go on there and say racist things, you can't blame, Mark, what's his name?
Zuckerberg.
Yeah, you can't blame him for that because
he built the platform. He built a house on you. Help who come on there.
So they're blaming this guy for what? Because it's just a platform that people are changing
money,
the Bitcoin.
Yes,
and it's
the cryptos. Yes,
right.
So like he's going in there and exchange. Yeah, so
that sounds real frivolous.
Go through everybody. It is extremely frivolous.
That's
what it is. Yeah,
very frivolous.
I build a house and they mad at me for who come in the house and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you know what? I mean, something that kind of just
explain,
no. Go ahead because it's like we kind of want to make it clear. Yeah,
and I don't want to say.
Okay.
Part of the article, right, where it is frivolous. Yeah. What they're going after him, but explain that part. Because it's a platform where you can exchange Bitcoin on there. And so they're saying, hey, you violated the Secrecy Act by allowing these type of violators, criminals to exchange. Well, I don't know. But definitely, that's part of the Secrecy Act, right?
Well, here it goes.
Saying, that's what they're getting them caught up for. They're saying these people that are bad actors.
Yes,
right?
bad actors.
Bad actors.
Well, here you go.
They're doing that.
Well, here you go.
Right?
Because it's like, the stretched out part is the Bank Secrecy Act. You know, and they feel like he failed at implementing and maintaining adequate anti-money laundering program.
Right.
Yeah. You know, so they wanted him to be the regulator.
Basically.
The government themselves of his new platform.
Basically.
And a new whole trade altogether.
Yes.
You know, they wanted him to be the regulator. When the government...
You got to put these levels in and check these people. You're supposed to do that.
When the government themselves didn't even have regulation for themselves.
Nigga. Okay.
Get the twist, homie. Get the twist.
What about this? They're saying that he violated the Bank Secrecy Act, right?
Yes.
Bank like in like an actual bank.
Right.
Okay. Well, these people are the same ones, these regular banks are the same ones.
Right. These bankers.
That courted Jeffrey child trafficker guy.
Yes.
Right?
Epstein.
That died.
Epstein, yeah.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Right.
The bankers were Epstein.
He was flying high with all this billions and billions.
Yeah.
And they were like, you're out here trafficking children.
Yeah.
Being a pedophile with the kids, raping the kids.
Yeah.
You're out here doing that. How is it? What are you making your money from? What are you doing?
Yeah.
So they didn't see him violating, right? Because he was going on for years and years doing that.
I think they knew what he was doing until he got exposed.
My point is, that is a violation of the Secrecy Act. He's a bad actor, right? He's a bad actor.
Oh, he was a big facilitator.
And one of their bad actors.
And so he was able to carry on. Bankers was giving this dude millions to give him advice off of stuff that he didn't know anything about.
Yeah.
I know what that is. You're trafficking money because he's a child trafficker. You went and did some weird stuff with little girls, and you're covering up with the money.
And let me say,
boys.
But that's my point.
Yeah.
So you were doing that as a bad actor. This dude got away with it for years. You had presidents involved.
Yeah.
This guy just created a little platform for people to be able to have anonymity with their money.
Yeah, to just...
You know what it is?
Rules that you got to go through.
You know what it is?
Can I just say one last thing and I'm going to stop? There's all these rules that you have to go through when you're trying to open an account with a bank. I was one of these people. I know plenty of people that don't really have a bank account because you got to whatever to get a bank account.
That's right.
With the Bitcoin.
Some people don't trust it. Yeah.
Okay, that's your personal money. You don't have to go through all these haggles. I believe one part in the article is saying
it's person to person. It cuts the bank out.
Exactly.
That's why they're afraid of it.
One they were saying, I know it's illegal, but you're doing all these different. You don't have to jump through the hoops. Right? And that was one of the things that people were like using these exchange. So you want to focus on the criminal part of it too, but what about just regular people who don't want to go through the hassle of going through the bank?
Yeah.
Do it this
they
way.
want to make exchanges without going
But
through, like people that get their checks.
This guy for doing that.
People that get regular paychecks.
Understand?
They don't want to have to go through all
I understand too, because at the time he did this was the early parts of any of this coming along. So the banks were at the height of their fear of what's coming along. And if this black guy had they not charged him or nothing to run, he would have been an extreme billionaire already right now. He would have been right there with some other guys at the top of the food chain as far as this whole market, you know? So, but you pointed out something that you kind of teetering on, which is really this whole system, financial system, which is this Bitcoin is a new part of it and everything that's going on. There's an inner circle, is what it said. Like you brought up Jeffrey Epstein.
Yes.
There's a secret society, a circle within it, and they felt like they didn't want this guy to be a part of it. It could be because he's black. It could be because maybe they were scared and he's implemented something that threatened their pockets.
And also young.
And also young.
So young. Because they also said old money and new money.
Yes, they did. They mentioned that in the article.
Right?
Yeah.
And old money, usually you're dealing with old white guys.
He could have been this
now a young 35-year-old black dude.
He would have been, had it been white, they would have compared him to, at these times, the Elon Musk. And the Elon Musk at this time. They didn't want, he would have been considered all amongst them for this whole thing right now. But no, automatically, there's a pushback against what he is. And it's funny right now because guess what? The banks still don't know how to regulate. They're still trying to get a handle on regulating.
No. That's what makes this case actually really kind of silly in a lot of respects because the simple thing is that what can you really charge him on? You can't really charge him on anything like that.
Thank you.
You know what I'm
saying?
What
can you really charge him on?
I mean, any respectful judge, even though I don't believe in judges, just to put that out there, but any respectful judge will throw this out, man, because it doesn't really make sense, man. I mean, you can't really, like you said, fault this man.
People know about this, and then at the top of the food chain for exactly what he did right now is Coinbase. Coinbase is they're also an exchange. Cryptocurrency exchange. They're at the top of the food chain. So, but the reason why they kind of get more leeway is because they figured they, implemented these acts to weed out bad actors and stuff like that. Yeah. But if you really know about, truthfully, I don't think they can fully get rid of the bad actors. You can't.
No,
they can't.
Because again,
it's too open, man.
The platform cryptocurrency is person to person.
Yeah.
I could have $10 million and I don't want to give it to you.
Yeah.
I could just put that $10 million, buy Bitcoins with it, give you the Bitcoins, and you sell it back. You sell those Bitcoins and get the $10 million. I don't need a bank. I don't need nothing.
Right.
I just buy the Bitcoins, give it to you, you sell it back for money.
You know what?
That's hard to regulate.
That's hard to regulate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is hard.
What are you going to do with that?
Well, again, I mean, just to put the people out there, you got to see the kind of like the...
So drug dealers, drug lords could do it. That's why. The bad actors, drug lords could do this all day.
But I mean, there's something wrong with the regulation. That's why this exists, right?
Yeah. I mean, now, well, I guess this is the point I was going to try to make, because the idea is kind of like, we're stepping into a new phase of now how we're dealing our money. This is where it looks like to me. You feel what I'm saying? It's not so more, we done expanded from cash to credit to now this digital way of spending our money. T-Mobile got a wallet you can get and spend your money.
They're all
T-Mobile.
coming down. It's like dominoes.
Google got the money you can spend. Google got a Google wallet.
Yeah.
Samsung got a wallet. Yeah. So the thing is this. What I'm trying to say is now you see there is definitely a move now to have your money digitalized. You see what I'm saying? So I think that's what I'm trying to look at. I'm looking at now. They call this new money, but it's also said it's 21st century money. Yeah. So this is that next generation of how we're going to be spending our money.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
It
credit cards are going to be obsolete. We're never going to need a credit card again. As long as you got a cell phone, you'll be able to pay any bill you want. Yeah. Any bill. Forget about credit cards.
Digital
Just like
currency.
how we said forget about cash.
Digital currency.
I still love cash. Don't get me wrong. I love cash. I'm still a big high proponent on cash, but don't get it twisted. Cash is almost obsolete, and so will credit cards be. You feel what I'm saying? So will actually like your credit that you get.
Yes,
everything will just be right at the palm of your
going.
hand. So again, for this brother to actually see something, we wouldn't even know we're a brother because we wouldn't know his mindset, but just to say, but hey, you know what I'm saying? It's a black man, so we're going to stand with that. You feel what I'm saying? But at the same time, for him to see that there is a new wave and that we're moving forward, you know what I mean? It's something that we all love, especially the black community, because this is who we're speaking to, our brothers and sisters, everyone out there. Hope you guys know what's going on with our show, PM Hour. Yeah. But the idea is this: to get our mindsets on the next wave of how we're spending our money. We're talking about this a lot. This is another article that we talk about Bitcoin. We've been doing this a lot. But the idea is this: we have to start thinking about, you know what I'm saying, in the sense of what are we going to not just spend, but what we can also leave for our families. What can we use for our families? What can we spend with our families? You know what I mean? It's also still going. You know what I mean? But But the digital currency is definitely the way.
You know what? Also, too, Bitcoin is too. They make the argument Bitcoin right now is a asset. Yeah, it's like gold. Yeah. That's why you can mine for it. You can buy it and just hold it, pass it down to your children. Why? Because the value is always going to be there. Just like your actual gold bars. They say it's good for you to buy like houses, assets like houses and gold bars and stuff like that, because you can just put it in a safe lockbox. Mm-hmm. You just put it there because, okay, gold prices fluctuate, but as long as you have that gold bar, it's going to always have value. So as long as if you go broke, you can sell a gold bar and keep it. And they're saying Bitcoin is actually like that digital form of what gold is. That's why they call it gold mining, because it's actually an asset, But here's this thing too, as far as what Arthur Hayes is going through. Now we have to make, parallels as far as what we go through as a black people and what we have faced in our past and what we're facing now. I think there's a certain theme amongst white people that they don't want to feel like black people did something first, or they don't want to feel like they've learned anything from black people.
100.
And this is the big reason why they still don't like to admit that ancient Egypt was all black people, that it was all the genius that came out of it was us. Right? They still don't want to admit that till today. Because if they did, they will admit something extremely powerful, which is we taught you everything you know. Mm-hmm. So fast forward, you have a guy like Arthur Hayes who did something really brilliant. Okay, they don't want to admit or put it out there or, promulgate the idea that, this is something genius. Like I aforementioned, that had it been somebody white, they would have considered him all the magazines and everything like that, and the case wouldn't have been an issue. Genius, all this and that, and he got to be on the run. Yeah. Vilify a black man and put a case on him, slap it up, see what he do, and have him poison in the mind of everybody else who's watching the story.
I mean, not that you say something like that too, man. That just brings something real, just deep. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I could just have to take a step into it. I can't help it. So
I don't know, but I just want our people to think about that. Look, we cannot separate the past. If we don't pay attention to the mistakes we make in the past, we're doomed to live in the future. We have to do that. This is nothing new. This ain't nothing new, man. Black man witch hunt. Come on, man, stop it. It been hunting us.
I mean, again, just like what you said, kind of what the idea of us being the leaders of, you know what I'm saying? It's just kind of funny just that you would say it would take of a black man to come with some kind of innovation. Just to say this, you see how they kind of really put us in a box real quick. I'm not going to tell the story, y'all, but I want y'all to understand something. You see how they kind of put us in a box, right? And they always trying to limit us to the fact that we are just like physical specimens, you know what I'm saying? Or we're just like, or we're just entertainers, you know what I'm saying?
You could come up with a crossover, nigga, but not the internet.
Yes, but you know what's really interesting though? You know what I'm saying? If you think about the sense that how we can train our bodies, right? And if you ever were just to take like men and just put them in a room, you know, black people, also women as well, because black people, especially the more melanin you have, your physical physique or also adapts to exercise quicker than people that have lack of melanin.
I see where you're going.
But people have lack of melanin, right? That's just a natural thing. You know what I'm saying? Because of the fact of what you have melanin, so we already go. So let me just expand this, because the point of what I'm trying to really get at is this point where you hit at with the Egyptians and what this brother's thinking. Not just with our bodies. If we gave much attention of the same thing that we do with our bodies to our brains, then imagine how much like a black body can really develop in the course of what can be expanded in futurism in anything.
We prove it, our history proves our genius.
Absolutely. The fact that we were cut off from so much education shows what white people were already fearing from us before. It wasn't just so much the physical. They were fearing how smart we were. Yeah. They knew already how smart we were. And then when you really think about it in the terms of developing America, who was really the skilled men? Who are really all the carpenters and the builders are over everything? You know what I mean?
Inventors.
It wasn't even that much white people here. So my point is, and to saying this, what I'm saying is, not to just put so much on this brother, because like I said, we don't even know if your brother or what he into on again. But the idea is this:
you still gotta be with a black woman. Well,
you know what it is.
We don't know if he's with a black
woman.
We
don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? We got our standards.
I don't care.
We got our standards.
That's another topic. That's another issue.
We got another issue.
That's
another issue.
That's you got to top it off with a black woman.
As we're talking about true worldly innovation, you know that comes from black folks, homie, and that's what I really want y'all to stick on.
Well, you know the saying too.
If we get enough,
brain is a muscle.
The brain is a muscle, and then what you say, right? If you give them enough muscle attention and exercise, what will it do? It will be the most developed that will be in anything. You feel what I'm saying? Right. Give us a chance. Yeah. Give us a chance. That's all I want to say. Like that.
We could go on and on, family. You know how we do, man. You know, it's the PM Hour. Join our conversations and leave that comment. Leave that. Hey, even if you don't like what the hell we say, you know, we'll respond. Yeah. We'll come back at you. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. You know, because we want to engage. It's about engagement. It's about paying attention to this. Let's argue with each other, not them.
That's right.
The PM Hour. You know, we're on everywhere. iHeartRadio, Spotify, podcast, all that.
Yeah, comment and share the videos too, man. Make sure y'all comment and share. All right, one love.